So, I haven't made too many videos in a while. Been kind of just doing whatever. A video about a taco, and then a video where I'm sitting in the dark smoking a cigarette. But let me just get it out of the way. Happy holidays to everyone. To make you think that I'm some kind of like friggin' Grinch here, that I don't celebrate Christmas or have any holiday spirit whatsoever, because that's definitely not true. But I got a lot of private messages about something, to the point where I felt like, you know what? Why don't I talk about it a little? Because it seems to be a contestment point, let's say, and people are really, really curious what I think about something. And some of you might find this incredibly stupid, but the question I keep being asked nonstop is, what do you think of bronies? Are you a brony? Do you hate bronies? And it's like kind of just, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic related questions nonstop. Which, I'm not going to lie to you, it's getting a little old. So, let's just get this out of the way then. Okay, let's start with the big one. Am I a brony? Nope. Do I hate bronies? Depends. It's like any fandom, you've got different classifications. You've got your hardcore fans, and then you got your fans who take it way too fucking far. And then you got your fans who are going to just watch the show or watch the movie, or listen to the music or whatever, and that's it. In any situation, like an anime fan is like called an otaku, or at least that's the phrasing thrown out for it. But I mean, in reality, like, does that mean that everybody who watches anime is immediately a fan of anime or an otaku? That's not true. That's like if I said I like the movie Drive. Just because I like the movie Drive doesn't mean I like neo-noir films, even if that's what that is. It just means I like that movie. I don't like all noir films and all neo-noir films. Like, I know a lot of people who like Drive who can't stand Chinatown. So, just to give you an example. Another example. When it comes to anime, like, I like Ghost in the Shell, and I like sort of old school stuff. Occasionally I'll sit down and I'll watch Dragon Ball Z, or trying to think of just one fucking series, and it's just, nothing's popping. The Cowboy Bebop, Gurren Lagann, Trigun, Gun X Sword, whatever. And then I'll have people who they love, like Lucky Star, Azumanga Daioh, Haruhi Suzumiya, whatever, Melancholia or some shit like that. They like that, and they hate fucking Cowboy Bebop. Now, I know, like, there's at least 3 or 4 people there that just went, how could you hate Cowboy Bebop? But it can happen, And it's all part of the wonderful variation that occurs when, you're either a fan of something or you're not a fan of something. And what I don't understand is why it has to be like, sort of like, nobody can have like a love-hate affair with anything. It's got to be you either fucking hate it or you fucking love it. There's no middle ground. It's like everything's black or white. You can't have some kind of in-between. And I'm not talking about 50 Shades of fucking gray here. I'm just saying, there can't be any kind of middle ground. It doesn't make any sense. It's like internet-based, I don't know, it's like a stereotype almost. It's like, oh, you watched My Little Pony one time, you're a brony. That's not true. And another thing I don't understand is, like, grown men watching My Little Pony. That's, to me, blows my mind, because back in the day when I was young and the original My Little Pony came out, if you were a guy and you were into My Little Pony or what was it called? Rainbow Bride or something like that, you get your ass kicked. It's like being into Barbie and it's like if you were 15 years old and you admitted you liked Barbie, chances were in the group you were in, they probably looked at you sort of odd for a while. It's just something that would happen, Nowadays, the rules have changed, of course, but I mean, back then, man, if I told somebody I liked My Little Pony, they'd kick my ass. If I told somebody now I liked My Little Pony, they'd probably kick my ass. The question is, do I like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? It's an okay cartoon. Do I believe people should be drawing, I don't know, fucking pictures of them characters fucking or something like that? No, I don't believe that in a lot of cases anyway. And the other thing that strikes me as really fucking bizarre is the whole, like, people drawing, like, really, really nasty fan art, and what I think they're failing to understand, that I know they're ponies, and, I know it's a cartoon, but here's the thing, ponies actually exist in the real world. They're not just something created for a fucking cartoon. And while, to steal page from Silent Rob, you know, you go to a farm and the ponies, you know, they're not flying around and talking, they're shitting everywhere. I mean, that's pretty much true there. But at the same time, if you're drawing, like, pictures of yourself with My Little Pony characters and stuff, what are you basically saying? It's like a grown man wanting to fuck a horse, basically, at that point. Or a fucking animal, for that much. It's called bestiality, you know, it's got its own subgroup. So you could sit there and tell me about the whole concept of, what is it? It starts with a C. Clopping. You know, you can tell me all about that, all you want, but the truth is, you want a fucking animal, plain and simple. Don't play this game where, you know, oh, I want to become an animal and fuck another animal. No, you want to have sex with an animal. You are a human being. You have not become an animal overnight. Last time I checked, human beings are not like transformers. They can't transform from one thing to another. You could have a sex change, that's true. But I think that's about as far as it goes. Maybe there's more to it I don't actually know about, but, you know, for the most part. There's a big difference between being a fan of something and then becoming obsessed with something. And people who become obsessed with anything scare the living shit out of me. No question about it. Like, my own game habit of how many games I own and how obsessed I was with it at one point actually scared the shit out of me nowadays. Because I barely ever play any video games anymore. I don't have the fucking time for it. When you're a kid, you have all the time in the world to futz around and get involved in all these fucking habits and hobbies and stuff. When you get older, when you get to my age, and I'm almost 30, you don't have time for this horse shit anymore. No pun intended. I mean, on a whole, it's just a dumb question. I don't really hate anything, you know? But at the same time, I don't support hardcore fan bases of much anything. Hardcore fans scare the shit out of me. So.